What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know, okay? And when I did find out, it was too late.
What do you mean it was too late?
We were past the point of no return.
I'm not following you.
Oh, yes, you are too following. You're following so closely I can feel your breath on my neck.
Well, I'm not. What do you mean too late?
We had gone to where no one had gone before.
Detroit?
No, you boob. He did the dirty. He did the dirty with a little girl.
Jason! She wasn't a little girl, she was 18.
And Nerd Thuzela over there is almost 50. That's an age difference of, a lot.
30 years. 30 years.
How could you not know?
We had a lot in common. We both loved the same nerd things, and nerd things are pretty much ageless. And she looked older. And I feel awful.
And
awesome. It's the weirdest feeling ever. I mean, I'm like, yikes, I had sex with an 18-year-old. But also, I had sex with an 18-year-old.
How did you find out?
We were killing time before a movie and I suggested that we go to the Felt Lounge for alcoholic milkshakes, and she told me she couldn't because they'd card her.
That's kind of romantic.
We broke up like 2 minutes later. Turns out she thought I was younger. A lot younger. Which also made me feel bad, but great. It's been a really confusing week.
Well, I don't care if it was technically legal. It has given me a case of the skeeves. You should be ashamed of yourself, a man of your age.
A man of his age? Living the frickin' dream?
Stop it. I'm not exactly happy about this. I really liked her. But the minute we found out we had a 30-year experience gap, no amount of nerd cohesion could prevent the inevitable.
Well, boo-hoo for you, Mr. Pulaski. I still think you should go to jail.
Oh, which reminds me, who wants to go to the dumper with me?
Can't you go to the dumper by yourself like a big boy?
Are you kidding? The dumper terrifies me. Come on, someone must want to come with me.
Ooh, I'll go. When are you going? Now? I'm not doing anything right now.
Seriously? You want to go to the dumper with AJ?
Who wouldn't? I'll go to the dumper with anybody. You, Gary, my grandma Num Nums, anybody.
Ew, you want to go to the dumper with your grandma?
Yeah, who wouldn't?
I don't want you to come to the dumper with me. You'll be staring at everything and making stupid comments to people.
No, I won't, I swear. If I see any dudes in the dumper, I'll keep my mouth closed.
I'll go with you.
Okay, wait a minute. You want to go to the bathroom with AJ?
Not the bathroom, the dumper.
Okay, did I miss a fucking meeting? What is the dumper?
It's the glorious new Supermax prison on the outskirts of town.
And it's called the dumper.
That's its nickname. It's actually called the DeturaCorp Ubermax Prison and Rehab, or Dumper for short. It's a new high-tech prison designed to incarcerate the most dangerous criminals in the world.
When did this happen? There was no Supermax prison in Opinion County before we went on our little time fuck around.
Well, while we were gone, the mayor finally did something right for a change and pushed the legislation through to get it built.
Well, great. Just what we need in America. Another fucking prison.
Ah, jeez, I knew this was gonna trigger Libby the libtard.
Why? We need prisons. What are we supposed to do? Just tell the bad guys to stop being bad and then get them to promise not to commit crimes anymore?
Of course not. It's just that prisons have become an industry in this country, and some things just shouldn't be an industry.
Everything should be an industry. Capitalism makes everything better. Competition, economy, America? Yeah, sure, America!
I'm with Jason on this. We're talking about something that shouldn't be driven by market shares and corporate greed.
So, let me guess. Big Daddy government is supposed to foot the bill and pay for everything. Just more government workers sucking on Uncle Sam's wizened man boobs.
Someone quick, say something that will get that image out of my head.
The government still pays for those things. What's the name of the company that built this super prison?
DeturaCorp Incarceration Solutions Incorporated. It's a subsidiary of Nabisco.
Well, we pay taxes, and then the government gives that money to DeturaCorp to build and manage the prisons.
Well, what's wrong with that? Well, there's barely any oversight. The government basically gives money to the company that bids the lowest.
Ha! No, usually the company that funnels enough campaign money and promises of corporate jobs to legislators gets the bid. Then they build a bare-bones facility that offers little to nothing in the form of rehabilitation, and that is inadequate to house the burgeoning prison population.
Well, if people just stopped committing crimes, then we wouldn't need prisons, bad or otherwise. If the Mongoloids in this country could learn to work hard and obey the laws, things would be better.
Well, I heard these companies knowingly make prisons that are too small and too inadequate, and then lobby for stricter sentencing of crimes so that the existing jails will fill faster and necessitate the construction of more prisons.
Said the conspiracy theorist.
But it fits nicely with the way businesses operate, Fundy. Create a need and then fulfill that need, but only just so much so that you can start the cycle over and over and over again.
If prisons were built and managed by the government and prison bills were left to be voted on by the people, the prison system in this country would be a lot different.
Yeah, crappy. Look, you goons, the government can't do everything. If these companies want to make a little do-re-mi by doing some of the ickier jobs, then I say let them.
But if those same companies then have laws changed, they lobby to have oversight and regulations of their own businesses removed, and they are more interested in the bottom line rather than the rehab of criminals, how is that good for us?
America?
You can't America your way out of this one.
Fine, then I'll say this. Who cares? They're criminals. Am I supposed to get all worked up over a bunch of thieves, rapists, murderers, and drug dealers?
Yeah, you are.
Why?
Because they're Americans like you.
No, they aren't. I'm a law-abiding United States citizen that bleeds red, white, and blue and craps out bald eagles.
Okay, well, the poor conditions of prisons in this country have turned them into crime colleges. With little focus on rehabilitation, the criminals learn from each other. They're like a crime graduate school.
That's why we have 3 strikes and you're out, you idiot.
You could also say that the 3 strikes laws were backed by the prison lobby to ensure that they would have a steady flow of permanent prisoners.
No, private companies just don't care about profit. They know they have a responsibility to the... I hate you guys.
What do you guys think? Are there other industries that you think should not be industries?
What are some of the problems with the current American penal system? Or do you think there are any?
And banishment. Why don't we do that anymore? I support a banishment act. Let's start with a few of the people around here.
So, while we were farting around in the space-time continuum, the mayor got a supermax prison built?
Yeah, apparently he rushed it through the city council on a special vote and got it approved.
Democracy in action.
The special vote was on Christmas at 2 o'clock in the morning and it won by 1 vote. The mayor's.
Yay for democracy.
The mayor was the only one there.
See, the system works.
I thought the acting mayor was a liberal. This doesn't seem like him.
Yeah, I thought he was a liberal too. I mean, his last city proposal was for free money to whoever asked for it.
Well, he's just getting in line with the new Trump-led America.
But why a super prison?
Well, to be fair, Opinion-Ville has been ground zero for world-threatening foes.
More like world-threatening weirdos.
Who's locked up in there? The worst of the worst. The most evil people in America are there. Remember cartoon avatar Jason?
The lunatic toon and original host of the channel that kidnapped me and threatened to blow up the town?
Yep, he's there. And they just transferred the High Arbiter to a digital prison cell, and Reverend Pone, and his creepy henchman Orpha there too. So why are you going there, AJ? No reason.
You're still trying to figure out who was the spy when we were lost in time, aren't you?
Maybe. And maybe I need to stop by the prison to interview Reverend Pone again in hopes of getting new leads.
And maybe you'll take me along so I can gloat.
No deal. Besides, I don't think you'd want to come. I hear that it's a cold, awful place where the evil and wretched plot their revenge.
So, like the RNC. Fundy will fit right in.
Ha ha. But seriously, I really want to go now. Hey everybody, it's me, Oswald, and I'm here to shout your name out with my bestest friend to the bitter end, Name Frame.
Hey!
So, let's hear who's subbed to us. Lay those names on me, baby.
We didn't get any.
Sure we did, you filthy liar.
I'm not lying, we didn't get any.
Well, what are we supposed to do? Say totally random made-up names off the top of my head? I can't do that. This is a disaster. I blame you.
I can't force people to subscribe, Oswald.
Sure you can. You just get a gun, and then you bang on their door, and when they answer, you say, "Sub to this monster's show, or I'll throw this gun at you."
I have an idea.
Is it about fudge?
No. What if we said Patreon patrons' names here instead?
But I was gonna do that at the stinky butt end of the show.
We can do them now, and when the outro comes up, you just do whatever it is you do.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, hit me with that Patreon name.
Peter Dvorak.
That is one of them space monsters from the Star Space TV show that Jason likes so much.
Klingons from Star Trek?
No, I'm pretty sure them aliens on Star Trek are called Oompa Loompas.
Oompa Loompas are from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No, them's is called Munchie Cheese.
Wayne Deal.
Oh man, Amy, I just thought of the greatest, most brilliant, funniest, and most original joke for Wayne Deal's name.
Is it, what's the deal, Wayne?
No. Jap Morkhorst. My Uncle Horsebite got a bad case of Jap Morkhorst. He had to wear a truss and take these pills, and he couldn't eat tuna or celery until it cleared up.
It's not a disease, Oswald, it's a name.
Are you saying that my Uncle Horsebite was a faker?
No, I'm sure your Uncle Horsebite was beyond reproach, but maybe you're thinking of a different disease.
No way. He had Jap Morkhorst. He had the worstest case of Jap Morkhorst ever. He got pimples and fevers and shingles and sneezes and discharges and irritable bowels all over the place and everything.
Okay.
It was almost as bad as that time that he caught chicken farts.
You mean chicken pox.
What did I say?
You said chicken farts.
Oh, it's the country's greatest killer. Don't get chicken farts, kids.
Trudeau here with even more of your suggestions. Daniel Santiago suggests, suggestion, maybe Pop Monster can be the one that thanks the Patreon people. Perhaps he won't be as angry anymore. Pop Monster? Who's Pop Monster? What's that, Mabel? The handsome but angry new monster in town that's being emotionally and psychologically abused by Jason with a D? Nope, never heard of him. Jenny Tokame suggests, for Trudeau, instead of sitting here watching this tripe with a sprained hand, I'd rather be riding my bike, but I can't grab the clutch with a sprained left hand. So instead I'm going to design an alarm clock puzzle box styled after the puzzle box from Hellraiser to shut the alarm clock up in the morning. You need to solve the puzzle, and it randomizes every time. Well, that certainly sounds more stimulating than sitting there staring at tripe, Ginny. I mean, how exciting can it be just sitting there staring at a plate of tripe? I hope the tripe is at least cooked. Ugh, now all I can picture is you sitting there, hand all bandaged, just staring at room temperature tripe on a plate. Raw tripe. Oh, and if you go for the Hellraiser alarm clock, make sure you never solve it, because you don't want Cenobites waking your ass up in the morning. But they would probably dig the plate of tripe. Waylon Volander suggests, bring forth the return of Puppets on Puppets. Imaginary Gary hasn't suffered enough, and there's plenty of opportunity for moolah in it. You could just set that as a Patreon goal, and I guarantee that the pesos will come rolling in. you'll finally be able to afford to add purple to the garage, and Trudeau will be able to afford to start his own professional development studio in his off time, with a lawyer and everything. It's a great idea. I mean, who doesn't like lawyers, right? But I'm afraid that the hard part will be convincing Gary to do it. The last time it was suggested, Gary threatened to expose every kinky secret this town has. And he threatened us with a knife.
Hey everybody, it's everyone's favorite host who likes to eat toast, Oswald. And on last week's episode, I was battling giant mutant spiders who wanted to take all of my peanut butter and jelly cracker sandwiches. That's where you take peanut butter and jelly and crackers, and you just all kind of shove it all in your mouth all at once. You don't really make a sandwich out of it, but it sounds kind of gross if you just say, hey kids, just cram crackers and peanut butter and jelly in your mouth. Anyway, those stupid mutant spiders are gonna kill my sandwiches, so I decided I was gonna beat them up. But first I had to say something really cool like, hey spiders, these cracker sandwiches are mine. Don't take them. I'll be your best friend. Was that cool?
Okay, let's go over what we're supposed to do in this segment.
In this segment, I act real cute, and then people fall more in love with me, and then I say something about something, and then you either take me out for ice cream, or you take me out for pizza, and then you usually start a conversation that starts like, Oswald, we need to talk about your behavior, and then your voice kind of goes all like, and then when it's all over, we're best friends again.
No, you're supposed to do the shout-outs for the podcast. This isn't a serial adventure where you were fighting mutant spiders over peanut butter and jelly cracker sandwiches.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
All right, fine. Go listen to your podcast, guys. The links are down there. Anyway, so those mutant spiders were real scary.
Oswald,
What?
how do you feel about pizza and a nice long talk?
All I heard was pizza.